Welcome back to Boring Reviews.
Boring land.
Oh, just kidding.
Blasphemer! Hello, right. Boring Review Nation!
Kind of pointless.
We know all things.
All right. Welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Hold on. I'm getting in it. You know why? Because it's another song reaction, baby. Gabe, the Night Watchman. And I'm super excited for this, Nick, because, listen, you have not steered me wrong yet. The wife, my daughter, who's she's the harshest critic. My daughter's enjoying it.
Yes.
Dude, I'm telling you, she's talking about doing a solo to that, Nothing Else Matters. She loves that song. And I'm like, all right. You know that sometimes you're missing out on stuff, and whether it was Big Bang Theory is a good example. I never watched Big Bang Theory until you never watched Big Bang Theory? You're a comic book nerd, you gotta watch it. Now I got HBO Max because of it, you know what I mean? So, like, when you almost feel like, man, I've been missing this all my life. That's what I feel like. Like, oh, man.
And the question is why?
Honestly, because
just exposure.
Exposure in my circle. And not just my circle, but in the area I grew up in, you listen to music on your local stations. And in the hood, in the Bronx, there wasn't too much rock. And I even thought about it. I said, why did I know about Nirvana and Kurt Cobain? That's because he was able to break the mold and be on, like, MTV Raps. Like, everybody knew about him. You know what I mean? He was able to cross. But these other guys were just mainly on, and I'm assuming just rock stations and rock channels. They didn't make too much crossover because I can never remember them hearing them, cross over. And this is some great stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm telling you right now, for me, it's almost tough because I still say that Smells Like Teen Spirit's my favorite rock song of all time. But, like, I had other songs out there that I would say, and I'm like, oh no, for sure. You got to go with Metallica, and I'm like, man, I'm excited.
I love it. In case you don't know what he's talking about, we've been reacting to music for the last several weeks now, and one of the first ones I introduced him to was two Metallica songs, Nothing Else Matters, The Unforgiven. Check out reactions to it. They're on the channel right here. Help us push those reactions because we're excited to explore each other's music. I didn't listen to a lot of rap growing up. He didn't listen to a lot of rock. Now, neither of us were, born completely sheltered or under a rock, whatever that phrase is. So we've heard some different artists and songs from those genres, but a lot of it not really. So we're excited to introduce to each other, being best friends, music that we love listening to. And so this one comes as a way of a request from those videos, but also this is a band I love as well, Def Leppard, excuse me. Now, I think this was originally called Atomic Mass or something like that in the 1970s. But this band was huge at one point, and the history of rock into heavy metal is a great history as well. Now, the interesting thing about Def Leppard, not only were they a huge band in the 80s or whatever, but this song came out in 1997, Pour Some Sugar on Me. I asked him, have you heard that song? I thought for sure he knew that title. He's like, no, he kind of laughed. Pour Some Sugar on Me? No. 1987, this came out. And 2 or 3 years before that, their drummer got in a car accident where his arm was severed.
Oh!
They reattached it. It didn't take because of infection, so they had to amputate. So just think about that. When you're watching this, one-arm drummer. It took him a few years. He had a little bit of electronic drum help or whatever, but he was able to go back and play with the band full time after that.
Wow, that's a gnarly story.
It's crazy, right?
Story. Wow.
I remember there was a documentary made for TV movie when I was a kid. That's what really got me into Def Leppard when I was younger, watching that. And every song that they would play, and I'm like, I've heard that before. Because again, listening to rock growing up, I've heard that before. They have a great library to the point where they even made the gospel hymn Rock of Ages into a rock song that was a huge hit. Rock of Ages. Yes. That's what go to church, check out your hymn book. It's Rock of Ages in there.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yes. It's fantastic.
Wow, I'm trying to think, like, I've heard the name of the band, Def Leppard, obviously.
Yeah, it's a great name.
But I can't tell you I know any of their songs off the top of my head. And, what's crazy is, like, when you're talking about Metallica, how then, what was the singer from Metallica that left? And, not singer, one of the band members left. And
Jason Newsted left. Well, so Cliff...
Dude, hold on for a second. You got like a hair right there. Get your hair, sorry.
Now I'm questioning myself. Not like Cliff. Cliff died. Okay. But before that, you might be talking about Dave Mustaine.
Yeah, and then
that went to Megadeth.
And that's another. So it's like the history of rock is so crazy because one will leave and then become a singer in another band, and Megadeth at one point became bigger than Metallica, right? I
don't know if I would say that. And now, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section. But I'm pretty sure when they had their biggest album, it may have been weeks or months before the Black Album came up and overtook everything. Right. But maybe for those few months, hey, these guys are a little better, and the Black Album came up and
it was over.
I mean, Dave Mustaine, poor Dave Mustaine. Real quick story or quick thing about Megadeth. If you're not into it, check out the Ballad Promises. That's another great, fantastic hidden gem that not a lot of people know about from Megadeth. But getting back to this, we're going to check this out. If you like our reaction, please don't forget to
like and subscribe.
And check out our other song reactions if you're interested. I've been reacting to some Tupac, to some Biggie Smalls, and so many others he's got in store for me.
Biggie Smalls is the illest.
Go ahead and check those out. But we're going to check this out. He's going to check this out. And I'm going to sit back and enjoy hearing the song for the upteenth time. Here we go. One of the hair bands.
Now, I will say that remember when I was watching Metallica, I expected them to be like crazy hair. This is when I feel like the big hair, the
1987 is bad
leather.
Music video probably a year later. Oh, that was cool. I don't know if I've seen this music video. I've heard this song a zillion times. Turn it up. You don't even recognize those guitar riffs? See his little drum set house a little different. A little electronic action.
We're gonna do the solo here. Wrong. I know to wait for it though now.
I love it. Gosh, that hair is glorious.
The blowouts. Glorious hair.
Pretty famous riff right there. So definitely a different style than Metallica.
Yeah.
That's what's great about this song. It kind of morphs into this different version of it before it goes back into the hook that we all know. Great song. Isn't it crazy that those pants he's wearing are already back in fashion?
Oh yeah. Ripped jeans.
Man, I gotta say, great video. I haven't seen that video before.
Wow. Very interesting. So, what's funny is, as I'm listening to it, their style is super different than the Metallica.
Yeah.
Super different than the Metallica. And even the guitar riff, like when it came in the song, it was different than when I expected it to come, you know what I mean? And it was just a lot shorter. It wasn't as, I guess, pronounced as like, you know, Metallica, or even Smells Like Teen Spirit, you know, has that long, you know, drawn out, I would say, solo. It was good. It's not an ad, though. It's not an instant ad. Sorry.
Oh, it's not added?
It's not added. Not added.
Wow.
Can't do it. You know,
Okay.
hey, I'm selective about
I
it.
appreciate the honest opinion.
It's not an ad, not an instant ad. Like, I'd listen to it in the car when I'm driving to work, or at night doing home, you know, work. Like, literally, you know, at this point, Metallica is on my workout rotation. It's at my drive around rotation.
Set up my game.
You know what I mean? So it's just not on my ad list. So sorry, not busting out the phone, guys. You know what I mean? But it was good. I can hear the talent. They look more rock than Metallica, but their music isn't. It's almost weird. You know what I mean?
It's funny because Wikipedia classifies them as one category as glam metal. I'm kind of surprised. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of surprised that we put them in that heavy metal category. I understand why. Okay, because Metallica...
Because they look like it.
Metallica is a little harder with their riffs, a little harder with the guitar work, crazy with the drums, because Lars is just a monster. They're part of that heavy metal, especially with the hair, all that kind of stuff. And it's not just hair, but it's the sound. But this was something... I'm going to blame the comment section. This was a request, right? And I love this song, but all I know now is, okay, I got to bring it every single time because I'm mad at myself now.
No, you don't got to be mad at yourself. I mean,
no, I'm just,
it's cool.
Not in a sensitive way.
No,
just as a challenge.
Right.
I got to bring the goods because you've been spoiled so far with two great. And there's so many more Metallica songs.
Right.
But I hear what you're saying. This is still a classic song. Let us know in the comment section. Okay, where do you rank Def Leppard as far as heavy metal bands goes?
Right.
There's so many out there, but where do you rank them? And do you think, like I think, sorry, I do, that Metallica is the best? Because you can have a whole drawn-out argument about that. Some people might even put Pantera in there. For me, the library isn't as extensive as far as amazing albums in a row. But just let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about his honest opinions. What should he listen to next? Give me some ideas. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.
We know all things.